Welcome back to Nets Republic. Now, this is again that weird part of the off season where I'm posting a little bit more than I normally would in the summer. Normally, it's like every Wednesday I'll give you all a video, but there's like things going on and topics happening to where, I need to speak on it. This is going to be kind of the last time I make a video of this nature, just because I feel like I'm rehashing the same points over and over again. And I don't want y'all to think I'm like dying on like the Edmond Sumner hill, because I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, this isn't like the Karis LeVert thing. Like, it's not going to keep me up all night and I will bring it up until the end of time. This is just simply me asking the question, and I'm not taking back what I said in the last video of, I think it's great that we are adding, defensive talent, and they want to be defense first, and we just have to look at this as like the 2014 Bulls. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not taking back anything I'm saying. What I'm questioning is the idea of what happened to the core. That's what I'm questioning. I feel like the Nets for the last 3 summers have rolled out this brand for the Brooklyn Nets of, we have a core and we are building towards that core to push that forward as, this is that 2019 Nets, or this is the whatever date you want to call it era Nets. But it seems like every year it's been new look Nets, new look Nets, new look Nets, new look Nets, and that's not how you win. Now, I don't think there is anyone, except for the Nets, who think that we are going to go out there and win a championship. I think we should at least make the playoffs. I feel like that's bare minimum. But what I'm saying is, you do not have any form of legitimate success if you're basically having a new team every year. And I want to know, what are the qualifications for being kept on the Brooklyn Nets? That's what I want to know. I know if you're the star player's best friend or a emotional support pet, you get to stay. But I want to know what the qualifications are. I want to know what more Sumner needed to do to be on this team long term. What more did he need to do? When he actually got to play, he balled out. The man had a kid and then came back to the team, and we just never saw him again. I just want to know what more Sumner needed to do. Was it more defensive intensity? Was it more highlight dunks? Was it more developed three-point shooting out of nowhere? Because he was a complete player. It wasn't like he was short or anything like that. Like, he was decently tall, played defense, got after it, had the hustle, did everything that the Nets would ask for. And he doesn't get to stay. He's been released. It's over. What more could he have done? And again, if I'm just the only one who remembers the impact that he had, cool. I'll use a fan favorite. Since y'all are the ones watching the Summer League, how about Duke Jr.? That man has not been offered a contract yet. If Duke Jr. doesn't get picked up, I ask you, what more does he have to do to guarantee, and we drafted him at that. What more does he have to do to be on this roster? This idea that this is such a competitive roster and that there's no way that those two couldn't have came back with everything that they're doing is laughable, because the Kevin Durant, Kyrie days are over. I'm not saying we're filled with bums, but it's not the most competitive roster. What more could they have done? I'm going to read you a tweet that now it's from Nets Daily, so take it with a grain of salt, but it lays out all the people who are gone and all the people who are still here. These are the people that left: Joe Harris, Patty Mills, Seth Curry, Watanabe, Duke Jr., Sumner. These are the people we added: Dennis Smith Jr., Lonnie Walker, Darius Bays, Noah Clowney, Whitehead, I guess Jalen, you count him too, sure, Jalen Wilson, and they extended Royce O'Neal and Cam Johnson. Now, I want you to tell me the difference between next summer, in the eyes of the Brooklyn Nets, of Lonnie Walker and Watanabe. Now, obviously, they're two completely different players. One is established at this point, but what's really the difference here? Sumner and Dennis Smith Jr. Obviously, again, one is well more established, but what is the real difference? What I'm trying to say is we have a head coach, and again, maybe y'all just forgot. I understand that. That's what I'm here for. You might not like me, but that's what I'm here for, to remind you. We have a head coach that plays about 7 people a game. So there's a chance individuals like Lonnie Walker and them won't even sniff the court, especially individuals that don't have like household names like that, like Darius. He's probably not even going to touch the court. If somebody gets hurt, he'll be a part of the stay ready crew and he'll go out there and handle his business. But there's a very high chance we'll even see these dudes. There's a high chance that all the fun we're having in the summer league watching these individuals that we drafted don't even play. Look no further. Like, y'all are so hyped over what you're seeing in the summer league. We watched Cam Thomas 2 years in a row average 50 in the summer league. How much did he play last year? And again, I would have lost a million bets. When the 2 stars got traded, I thought we were going to unleash Cam Thomas and let Claxton do his thing. And then here comes Mikal and Cam Johnson, and all of a sudden, we just don't see Cam Thomas anymore. He scored 40 3 games in a row, and we never saw him again. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying I don't like the direction we're going in as far as the talent acquisition phase we're in. I'm not saying I don't like the pickups, even though I feel like at some point we were supposed to get a backup center, and I don't really think we did that for like the 4th season in a row. But that's not here there. It's not that I don't like what we're doing, because I clearly do. There's no one that we picked up where I'm just like, oh my God, we got him? Ugh. Like, that hasn't happened. What I'm trying to not even convince you on, because some of y'all are lost causes and there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. But what I'm trying to personally figure out is I want to know, why are we supposed to believe this time that this is the new core? Right? Why am I supposed to believe this time that these are the draft picks that get to stick around long term? I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I will enjoy the fun and the good times we have before the trade deadline and before the season ends, but I am not going to get emotionally attached to anyone who is not named Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Claxton. I won't do it. I mean, I love Dennis Smith Jr., but I'm not going to get too emotionally attached to these individuals, because the Nets have shown us that if it's not like the stars of the team, there's no such thing as a core. Now it remains to be seen. Will I be wrong? Will these individuals all get a fair amount of minutes? Will Jacques Vaughn change his ways? Will we go into the next offseason and be like many teams that aren't really doing anything in the offseason, not trying to make the big splash, not trying to improve anything? They just bring back the same general team, and that's how you build the chemistry and such. Like, are the Kings out here making random trades, selling out their core? No. Did the Milwaukee Bucks trade Bobby Portis? No. These teams that are built on a core don't really do anything in the offseason. They might make a couple changes here and there, but they don't really do anything, because that's how you build good teams. But that's whatever. That's whatever. I just want to make it clear that I'm not dying on a specific player's hill. I just think it's interesting how for the third season in a row, they're basically rolling out an entirely new team except for 3 people. And we're supposed to sit here and say, oh, I can't wait until I get my Lonnie Walker jersey. Yeah, he'll be traded in February most likely, because that's just what the Nets do. And for a team that's not even expected to have the same championship expectations as the last couple, to go into this season like, oh, Joe Harris is going to go. This is the year he has to go? This was the year Joe Harris had to go? And again, I'm not caping for Joe Harris. I'm saying of all the years to clear house, this was the year. But it was his contract. But it was his contract. But it was his contract. It's about the chemistry. And you cleared him out for what? If we acquired a star, which would have been a terrible idea, but if we acquired a star, then I can understand why these individuals' contracts had to go. But we did that to get more role players. All jokes aside, I'm taking Joe Harris over Tyler Hero. All jokes aside, you can call me whatever you want, but at least Joe Harris is a part of the culture of the team. He's a vital member of the squad. I feel like chemistry at some point plays a factor, especially with the players on the court. I'm not a super strong believer in the coaching really matters, but I can see where that would come into play. So the same energy you have with Jacques Vaughn of you don't want to switch up the coach because, then you're starting over. I get that, but you should have that same energy with the players, especially when we're no longer in win now mode. I don't see why we're shuffling the deck again. I don't think it's bad. I don't think the pickups are terrible. I just don't know why this year is any different. Especially when someone we literally drafted in Duke Jr. hasn't signed a contract with us yet. And look what he's doing. What makes y'all think Jalen is gonna be? Oh no, they won't do that to him. Based on what evidence, right? Like Cam Thomas is contractual. He has to be with that. Like he can't go anywhere unless they trade him. But I just want to know what makes y'all think this time is different. That's all I'm wondering. Now this is going to be the last kind of skeptical video I do. If Duke Jr. doesn't get picked up and he gets signed somewhere else, I'm not going to make a video on it because I feel like I've kind of like beaten this point into the ground. So I'll leave it at that. I just want everyone to know that with all the individuals we let walk after the season we just had, people like Ben Simmons are being rewarded when they didn't even play. But I'm the crazy one. I'm the negative one. Sure.